I was just challenged by honorable outfitters to assemble a modern take on a haversack. So what's a haversack? They've actually been around for hundreds of years in one form or another. Back about 100 years ago, when scouting was a big thing, haversack was basically just a satchel with a strap on it. Some people might even call that a merce today. Taken from the German word haversack, basically meant a bag of oats. Typically, they're just bags with one shoulder strap and kind of like a main compartment to shove everything into. Now, since I didn't have a haversack, I have a messenger bag, and I have lots of small backpacks. I needed something that would fit the bill. That's when I settled on this. This is actually just like a small backpack from Amazon. It's really cheap, but I love the organization in it. It's laid out really well for a very cheap, inexpensive backpack. And in keeping with the spirit of this challenge, I removed the shoulder straps and sewed on a single strap. I've modified it to be a haversack for my day hikes. If someone challenges me, I'm gonna do it the right way. So this is my take on a modern haversack. So my definition of a day hike is anywhere from 1 to 10 miles. Just an out and back hike where you're taking enough supplies to make it through the day comfortably, have some emergency backup supplies with you in case something goes wrong, and something fun to do while you're out. So for me, the joy of taking day hikes is that you can take more of them in a year than you can like campouts. The awesome thing about day hikes is you don't have to have a shelter system with you. I have an emergency backup shelter system with me, but you don't have to carry the weight of a tent, a sleeping pad, a sleeping bag, all that with you. You can get out and you can still enjoy things like making a meal or making coffee while on a trail, even if you're only out for a few hours. For me, that's coffee. I love making coffee when I go out, even if it's like 85 degrees like it is right now. I still like a cup of hot coffee in the afternoon. So what else do I have in this bag of goodies here? I've got my radio, HF radio. This is kind of a nerdy thing. In case of emergencies, I've got this programmed for all the local repeaters. So if I key this up, I can get a hold of a whole bunch of people that are always listening on those repeaters. So if my cell phone dies and I need some help, then I can reach somebody on this radio. But more than anything, it's fun to just take a nerdy piece of tech with me. I did bring my Outdoor Vitals rain poncho with me because it's incredibly light. I always pack this thing because it's super small, super light, incredible quality. And it's been like just crazy the last few weeks, just like random thunderstorms popping up all the time. The weather this year is just crazy volatile. It's really weird. There's some big news I need to share with you right now. I started another channel. That's right, I started a second channel just for long form camping content. It's called Excursions with Grim. And you can actually see the full video of today's hike right here. It would absolutely make me so happy if you went and checked it out and subscribed if you would. I always like to pack some paracord cordage for emergency uses or just to, tie something up if I broke something. You can use this for like shoelaces, tying up a ridgeline for a shelter really quick, whatever. The gas canister cap ended up in my coffee. Yeah, leave no trace. Whatever, it still tastes good. I do have my compass and I have a waterproof notebook here. Not a whole lot of use cases for compasses anymore, what with iPhones. Like my iPhone right now, I'm actually tracking my hike using Gaia. I always have used Gaia to track my hikes, or Onyx is another really great app. Sometimes just to make sure I still have my orienteering chops, I will plot a little course that takes me off trail and then back onto trail again to see how accurate my compass work is. That to me is really fun. That's not for everybody, and you don't have to bring a compass and a map if you don't want to. If you're new to camping and whatnot, that's not gonna be something that you're gonna do, most likely. It is just gorgeous today. Just gorgeous. Battery, gotta change the battery. That's the only thing about like going out in 85 degree weather with old batteries is that they don't last very long in the heat. And in honor of me turning 40 this week, I actually quit drinking soda for the first time in like, I don't know if I've ever really truly done it. So yeah, it's been a hard week. It's really weird to see how incredibly addicted you can be to something as simple as soda. But my body is just revolting this week. And this is the first day in 7 days where I've actually felt pretty good. So maybe going into tomorrow, going into my birthday, I'll be just a little bit healthier, or at least I will think I am. Y'all hold me accountable in a year. Ask me if I am still not drinking soda. Okay, so I bought a little sewing kit because I did hand sew this backpack strap on this morning, and I wanted to make sure that if it had a malfunction, I could fix it. Because there's a ton of wildlife out here in this park, I did bring my Maven binoculars. So these are pretty freaking awesome. These are the C.2 7x28 Maven binos, so they're nice. I did bring a spoon. I've been working on the spoon for a little bit, just here and there on the trail, carving it up. So I like to bring this kind of stuff with me, just to kind of make progress on it. I brought my favorite headlamp right now. This is the Olight Perrin 2 Mini. This is a flashlight that you can clip onto your hat, or you can clip it into this little headlamp strap. I really like the Olight flashlights, so I always take this one with me just in case I'm out here after dark. If there was a situation where I needed some light, I have it. It's light enough. I did bring a Life Straw type water filter device here because there's a lot of streams in the area, and in case I run out of my liter of water I brought with me, I still got some method of getting some hydration. And for like repair supplies, I've got like a bag of safety pins, emergency tinder, some string in here. I've got some cordage, some bank line, and I've got some Gorilla Tape. These are items that I use all the time to repair stuff. Now, if you wanted to add a shelter system to this Haversack loadout, it would be pretty easy to do so. I could still fit everything on this pack. In the main compartment, I could put my sleeping pad, which is a Neo Air by Thermarest. And on the outside, I could strap my tent, which is the Outdoor Vitals Fortius 1P. And because it's just blazing hot, you don't really need a sleeping bag. I do have a sleeping bag liner, which is nice just to keep you from sliding around on the pad and give you just a little bit of a sheet to be in at nighttime. So with all that, I could fit that on this pack, and I could actually go out for an overnight. On the outside, I've got some camera stuff. I've got my little drone. I've got this awesome cell phone leash that I just picked up out in Salt Lake. The founder of this company actually just stopped and gave me one of these things. It is a Koala Leash. And this thing, I was like, what is this? I don't get it. All you gotta do to use this thing is just hook your phone into it like this, okay? And on this end, you've got a hook you can hook onto something, or this is the best part, you can clip this onto your pocket, and it just is stuck on your pocket. It's not going anywhere. And you got this awesome like rubberized silicone thing that holds your phone, so you can't drop it, you can't lose it. I think this is essential for kayaking, canoeing trips, boating trips, fishing trips. Koala Leash. My new favorite piece of gear this week. As I said, this backpack, even though it's super cheap, the zippers suck. The layout is fantastic. I think I'm gonna work with an ultralight gear company soon to design a day pack based around this kind of layout. Do some modifications on it. Maybe I'll offer it for sale, who knows? I know some friends in the industry that are really good at crafting things. Maybe I could get Devin from Backcountry Exposure. What do you think, Devin? You wanna sew up a backpack with me? They don't know how much I wanna eat them. Actually, have you had frog legs? Frog legs are awesome. And this little stove setup is absolutely killer. This is the Hornet from Fire Maple. Love Fire Maple, as you guys know. This stove is stupid light, very strong. It's got a piezo igniter. I know I used my knife to light it. I wasn't even thinking. It does have a piezo igniter on it, which is awesome. I'm not used to having that on stoves. And I got my little titanium cup. This thing is like, what, 300 milliliters? And on the outside of my pack, as I said, I've got my medical on the top. In the brain, I've got my medical kit. And it's a little bit extended. It's got more stuff in it than maybe some people would carry on a hike like this. But I've had to help a lot of people on the trail. And I want to be able to have the tools with me to help more people. So in this, I also carry one of these things, a little wipe by Clean Freak. Really good for backcountry hygiene. I've got another little kit of Band-Aids, chapstick. I've got aqua tabs in here for purifying water, backup, and I've got a Bic lighter in here as well. Actually forgot I had that in there. The base of this is a Hiker Medic by My Medic. but I have added and subtracted some items. And I also carry, as part of this, an emergency poncho. This is a Mylar poncho on the inside, so it's reflective. It's a heat, it's basically a space blanket and a poncho. It's double layers, super thick, so it's not gonna tear on you. I've actually used these several times to sleep under as a shelter as well. Don't get the cheap space blankets, you know, get the good ones. This is a broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen. Vegan, gluten-free, reef safe, dermatologist tested, brand new company. I just met Brandy, the founder of this brand, in Salt Lake City at Outdoor Retailer show. And she's got a really incredible story. She's a cancer survivor and has developed this product, which is outstanding. So if you want to support a good company here in the US, small business, give melon a shot. Skin cancer is no joke. Turning 40, it's top of mind, but it should be top of mind even if you're young. Like if you're 20, or if you're 10, doesn't matter. The sun is brutal. I usually can't stand sunscreen because of how it feels. This stuff goes on super smooth. It doesn't feel oily on my face. I'm super excited for them. They just launched this week, so check out Melon. I like using these gallon freezer Ziploc bags because it keeps your stuff dry, and there's been lots of cases where I needed to repurpose a bag to carry water or whatever. So also I have TP in the top here, my toilet kit, and my trowel. It's not a spoon, it's a trowel. I have my Garmin InReach Mini on the outside of my pack. And this is soon maybe to be phased out by iPhone. iPhone's got the SOS right now as part of their capabilities, and they're rolling out the text messaging via satellite, which is totally trippy. I'm not sure it'll replace these purpose-built devices though. You know, your phone, if you lose it, the battery goes dead, it's nice to have a backup like this. This is what it's made to do. So I'm not sure if it'll ever truly go away. What do you think? Do you think these things are going to be a thing of the past in a couple months, or are they going to be around for years to come? What do you think? On the outside of my pack, I've got a little microfiber cloth. This is a Matador pack blanket. I like to throw this down if I'm in a really swampy, nasty area, just to keep my gear clean, give me a place to sit. You can even rig it up as a sunshade. And it packs back up into this little tiny ball, which is awesome. I keep my batteries on the outside of my pack so I can get to them. Hand sanitizer. No, just kidding. Remember the breath spray that used to be a thing in like the 90s? Why don't we have breath spray anymore? Why aren't people spraying stuff in their mouths to make their breath smell better? Do we still have breath spray? Is that still a thing? I'm serious. There was like minty fresh sprays that you would spray in your... Anyways, moving on. I also carry insect repellent with me. Obviously, Picard and lotion. I also have DEET spray in the other side. Got my snacks, 100% DEET. This is for the ticks. The ticks are unbelievable this year. And then I've got my little gear leash. This thing is kind of fun. I made this. This is a bunch of snake knots, a paracord, so I have some cordage if I need it. But I got a Gerber shard. I got the Streamlight Nano, which is a little flashlight. Little backup flashlight, and I've got this pen. It's a really cool telescopic pen, so in case I need to write something in my notes in my waterproof notebook, I've got that right there. So this just clips on to stuff. I take this as a TSA compliant. I take this on all my road trips and stuff like that. And I've got this knife. This knife, I can't overstate how cool this knife is. I haven't been excited about a knife in a long time because I have the knives I like. You guys know how much I like the CRKT Minimalist, right? This thing is the CRKT Minimalist killer, okay? This is the Scout Feather by Outdoor Element. I got a chance to meet Mike, the guy who designed this. They actually just ran a Kickstarter for this thing. It was successful. This thing is in production now. It is freaking awesome. So it's got a ferro rod on the outside of the sheath, right? And the spine is squared off so that you can throw sparks with it really, really easily. A little too easily. Almost burned my ND filter. The squared off and sharpened spine on the back is sick. The jumping is really nicely designed. It's got an awesome ricasso right here that's extended so you don't end up cutting your fingers on it. Love the finger choils. The finger choils are insanely good. The handle's a little bit longer than the CRKT, so for my big hands, this is perfect. The ergos are amazing on this knife. The angle on this blade is pitched just a little bit forward, So for feathering sticks, for detail carving, for skinning, this is an awesomely designed knife. It's made of VG10 stainless steel, so it's corrosion resistant. It comes with a little whistle on the back end of it. And another really sick feature on it is that it has a ceramic pull-through sharpener. I don't really like pull-through sharpeners as your main way of sharpening a blade. However, when you're out in the woods and you just need to touch up your blade, there you go. Just think about this for a survival knife. The ability to sharpen a knife well when you're in the field very quickly, built right into the sheath, is amazing. I think I'm gonna do a full comparison between this and the CRKT Minimalist. And they also have another one of these models that is a chisel point, which is really, really cool as well. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough about this knife right now. That lives right here, so I can get to it quick. Also, in my haversack, I'll carry a 1 liter Nalgene. And that wraps up what's in this pack. Now, I'm supposed to challenge somebody else to this challenge. I think I'm gonna challenge Alex. Alex, what would you put in a haversack for a day trip? Huh? Definitely go check out Shawn's channel, Honorable Outfitters. He does a ton of historical camping content, and it is super, super cool and interesting. Well, I hope you found that useful, or at least entertaining. We'll see you later.